Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to Cyberpunk 2077. This game is pretty incredible. I'm sitting at close to 50 hours on it over the course of, like 3 days? So that is a ridiculous amount of time for a dad of 3 to be spending on a game. And I've just put everything else that I do on the side, off to the side. I've been really enjoying this game. There have been updates for it every day to deal with issues in the game, of which there are many, but it is a massive game. So I think I have one or two maybe bugs to show you, and I'm sure you'll notice some just passively hanging out. But I've only fallen through the world like twice, and so far none of the missions have been bugged for me, so that's good. That's already a huge step beyond Skyrim, which is a game that I still enjoy, even though it is a buggy mess. And you know what, in the world of Cyberpunk, the bugs are just features, man. Like, it's called counter hacking. So you can see that we have open combat in a rather aggressive style here. We've got a big old boy just going ham, and the enemies that you'll encounter in this game, or the potential enemies, and can have all kinds of fun cyberware installed on their body, I guess. And cyborgs everywhere. Yeah, cyborg is the word. And he done got decaffeinated. So that's just a taste of one crazy way to play this game, and well, yeah, those are just kind of glitching out a little bit there. We bought this here motorcycle that was busy clipping through the world just a little bit, and I have noticed some issues with this here motorbike, by the way. It has this really cool feature where yeah, I have some grenades, guys. Those were bad people. They needed blowing up. I was a little bit crazy about grenades for the first half of the game, and this is just this unfortunately tinted NPC is being bothered by the police. They're telling him to drop his weapon and come out as he's just like cowering there, and I was just recording this with my cell phone and they opened fire, so you know, I guess some things never change. Anyway, now that I look like a homeless construction worker, we're picking up gear as we go, and I haven't even gotten around to telling you about this buggy bike that I'm on. It's a really cool motorcycle, it goes really fast, and just driving around town is really enjoyable in this game. It has Grand Theft Auto vibes for sure, only I kind of think that it's just a little more comfortable for me to play this game, because you're not a bad person. You only kill bad people, honest. I mean, you saw those goons. They needed exploding. They were missing out on something in their life, and you know what? These guys are missing out on something too.
That was fucking rhetorical.
These thugs are harassing a shopkeep. So there we go. Break one's neck. The other one we actually blinded by quick hacking his eyes so that he went blind, and then we took him down Special Forces style, the way you do. And I still haven't told you about the bug with that bike, but we're gonna go here and assist the police in some known organized crime activities. What that means in terms of the game is that we're gonna go to this place and kill everything that's hostile and get a neat little reward in direct payment, and then the real reward is the friends you made along the way. No, the corpses you looted. The loot in this game is pretty valuable. Not only can you find good items and gear, crafting recipes, and all kinds of useful gadgets and doodads, but the sale value of things is pretty decent. So you can make a good amount of cash just selling off the stuff that you've collected off of your fallen foes. So, alright, I will tell you about the bug with the bike. It has this really cool animation to it where the front wheel actually like actuates, it pushes out when you hop on, but it also seems to clip through the ground a little bit sometimes. Like I said, I fell through the world at least once, and one time was on that bike. That was kind of fun. And unlike Skyrim, the developers of this game, the programmers of this game, actually set things up appropriately to where when you fall through the world, it returns you to a safe location, like nothing happened. I'm sure Lakitu and Cloud are around somewhere, but I just couldn't see them soon enough to give them the old high five. But this bike is a lot of fun, and the frame rate is really bad right now because this was an issue I think that was caused by, well, I don't know, just some optimization things, and the game is a lot smoother now, and this particular part of town tends to chug a bit on what feels like an older graphics card to me. In other words, I think this game is worth $60 for sure for me. If you're a fan of the Grand Theft Auto games, I think this will be right up your alley, but myself, I'm just a huge fan of the setting. I love the world. I'm not a big fan of like the I don't know, a RoboCop style world run by evil corporations and just everything is kind of dirty, but that is this world in the game, and it's called Cyberpunk for a reason. It's very, very much a cyberpunk game, and you can see that the advertisements and things are just really the punk lifestyle kind of stuff. And that itself doesn't really appeal to me. It's just not my style, but the way it's all worked together, and the way that you interact with the world and kind of get immersed into it, I think is really effective. And even though it's not my favorite setting, it's just pulled off really nicely. And I love sci-fi stuff, always have. I just kind of like I don't know, a little more of a bright outlook. I understand that city life is crazy, and I think people are crazy for living in big cities. And you can get a pretty bleak outlook that way. Here, let me adjust your spine real quickly for you. There we go, a little sleeper hold. Actually, we did a mercy takedown there, not actually a kill. My character has gotten more and more sadistic over the course of this playthrough because you get more experience for knocking people out and then killing them. So yeah, that's just kind of what I've been up to lately. But this is a little bit older footage. I think it's from a couple of days ago, and the game has actually improved, especially in terms of optimization since then, and there's just a lot of things being adjusted. And like I said, it's expected to see bugs these days. You act like look at the character models, they're so cool. Like, there are so many. I'm just gonna stop talking about bugs. I'm sure everybody's talked about it. Let's talk about guns that do all the work for you. There we go. Headshot on a guy we really didn't even see. And the stealth system in Cyberpunk is it's there. I mean, pretty much anything that has and relies on a stealth system is meh. It's pretty meh. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty meh. If you've played Skyrim, it's a lot like that, only a little bit more difficult to exploit. But eventually you get to a point where you can just stealth kill pretty much anybody. But enemies do become very aggressive. And excuse me, it's very late. Enemies do become very aggressive and start tracking you down if they start to catch on to what you're doing. But that gun that I was using is a smart sniper rifle. It's linked directly into my character's brain, and it just kind of asks me if I would like to kill someone, and when I answer yes, then it shoots them in the head for me, or wherever else I tell it to shoot them. But I mean, sniper rifle, massive headshot bonus. Why would you aim anywhere other than the head? There's a lot to this game. There's a huge amount. If you wanted something that is like Grand Theft Auto married with what's that other game? It's not Cyberpunk, but it's basically a complete ripoff of Cyberpunk. It's called Shadowrun. That's right. So if you're looking for a mix between GTA and Shadowrun, this is it. And I have not played any of the Witcher games, but the level of complexity and inventory management in this game is pretty high. There's a huge number of ways to go about fighting people and destroying things, even if you're going to be spending most of your time fighting people and destroying things. You can also just pick up a cool ride. Can we keep this one? Its old owner sadly passed away without leaving a last will and testament. I suppose maybe we could keep it, but yeah, I'm sure we'll have better stuff in our future anyway. Let's drive it like we stole it, shall we? So you can see we've gotten out of the city, and this is my favorite part of the world map. This sort of open area. It has this sort of a Arizona Joshua Tree National Forest feel to it, and I absolutely love it. Is that Arizona? I think it's Arizona where Joshua Tree is. It could be Nevada, but I can't remember. Anyway, Nevada. Yeah, I think locals call it Nevada, as they should. But I think only hoity-toity folks call it Nevada. Anyway, we're just about out of time for tonight. There's a huge amount to talk about with this game, and you know what? I've just kind of missed talking with you guys. I mean, not enough, obviously, to stop playing Cyberpunk in order to talk to you all, but you gotta understand, I go a little bit crazy for games that I really, really enjoy, and I really, really enjoy this game. I think back in the days of like Fable 2 is sort of the last time I got into a game this much. I just really get absorbed into it, and it's been consistently fun, even if it's a little bit frustrating sometimes, because I'm playing on hard mode, and hard difficulty is legitimately very, very hard and unforgiving, and especially when you have 1,000 armor, and I don't know relatively like how good that is, but it seems pretty good to me to have 1,000 armor. Seems like a high number. And then you get one shot by SMGs occasionally. Yes, the most rapid firing guns in the game that enemies spray and pray with, and the enemies do not just like avoid hitting you. They have a pretty good chance to hit you, and some of those guys will one-shot me when I'm sitting at 300 health with 1,000 armor. because I'm playing on hard mode, and that's what you get if you let people shoot at you. So you may notice we're trying to avoid that scenario by just shooting people before they know we exist, or maybe specifically where we are. But this is a fantastic gun. This is a perfect setting for it. And even so, with something so ludicrously powerful as what you saw, did you see the headshot damage numbers? Yeah, compare those with like the grenades that I was throwing earlier that do good damage. It's good damage. But it's still not a one-hit wonder. It's not a one-shot wonder. You have to use other weapons because the smart sniper rifle does have its downsides as well. Anyway, I've yammered on long enough. I'm looking forward to coming back to the world of the living after I get done being obsessed with this game, but that day is not today. Catch you in the next one. Bye bye.